Hello people on YouTube, welcome to the final part of Shadowbringers, which I'll be streaming as well. It's going to be 3 hours, let's just do it, okay? I'm not rushing or anything, I'm just trying to get to the actual story, so let's do this. I can feel it, a vision forming in my mind. Step aside, lad, and let me itching hands get to work. Clap, clap. Apparently there's only 4 quests left, so that's going to be interesting. I like to point out we couldn't do this quest without doing a job quest first. We had to do the Gunbreaker one, so that was a fun thing to realise this morning. And done. Oh? I've taken the wonders that Crystal showed me and channeled them into a new shape that befits the Ondo's spiritual character. Yeah? Oh, wow. I love that alternate world Geralt is just Geralt with hair, yeah. Not a bad job if I do say so myself. I had to think, I was this close to hanging up my hammer after studying the craft of them ancients. I've been across the length and breadth of Norvrand and gobbled up every scrap of crafting wisdom that I could find. But no matter which technique I tried, my work was just no comparison. I couldn't even figure out how they put them damn buildings together. A mysteries for the ages, that's what drew me here in the first place. I built my workshop, got the forges burning, then lost my bleeding world of craft. Also, is the audio quiet, chat? I can turn it up a little bit if you want me to. 4 decibels maybe? There we go. Thank the gods for the crystal years, or I might have never have gotten it back. I won't pry into your business, but I reckon your miracle there has been through the kind of journey they sing songs about. The echoes of memory just holds to speaking directly to your heart. Game audio is very quiet. Okay, hold on then. To be fair, I have got BGM 150, so that might be why it's a little bit quieter, but I can still see them coursing through me. The inspiration's not fading away. It's welling up stronger and stronger. Given the chance, and I reckon I can weave the Crystal Saga into other things as well. But bugger me, I'd almost forgotten the Under's commission. If you could drag that lamp over the torched Alf for me, I'll stay in and dream up some new armaments for you to try. Wait, are you gonna give me tombstone armor? Wait a second, Final Fantasy XIV. Equipment rewards now become based on the course you've completed. Oh! Well, the problem is, man, I didn't do this with Reaper, so that's only for that's only for my Gunbreaker, so I can't equip it right now. But that's really cool. I think I got look at the eye level compared. This is fine. The stuff I got is right now is good to go. But that's cool. I won't take it now because I don't want to put it in my inventory. But look at the sword. Is it cool looking? Lionheart. Oh wait! Is this is Thancred's armor. I think, right? That's a sword he uses. Okay, yeah. I'll definitely buy that, but not now. Wouldn't say I'm in a rush, but I'm definitely speeding along a little bit to make sure we get everything we can done. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm just gonna be rushing through the yeah, and it's Score Sword from Final Fantasy VIII. Oh, see, that reference goes over my head unfortunately because I've only played 14 and 7. And only the first part of 7 if you count the remake. But all of my references is in this game, so any like reference just goes over my head unless it's like Kupo or funny Chocobo thing. But yeah, like I said, plus quests, I'm not gonna be focusing on a story in them, unlike with my usual series, because I just want to bang through them. And I'm sure you're fine with that, chat. I don't know how interesting it'll be here. There are just like Sahagins, so Oh god, Sahagan voice time. What is it that you have there? Grenel's lamp. This profusion of brightly, I don't know where I got the G sound from, brightly glowing coal-like branches is most definitely not a kettle. I mean, yeah. The sacred lamp! Then the Defender's one has kept his promise. My people tell me of the many deeds you have performed in the name of aiding the cups, and now you have come to me, bearing the light we had almost surrendered hope of ever seeing. We can doubt your purity no longer. Your arrival is the will of the ancients. Yes, the time for fear has passed. We shall take the lamp and unveil its austere illumination upon the walls of the forgotten. Oh yeah, this place isn't interesting at all, don't sweat it. I mean, I don't know what's coming up. I'm assuming it's gonna get really cool looking, because you wouldn't make your final area just like an undersea Satasha. There's gonna be more to this place, and we kind of can see that on the map, so... Gather there with your companions, and we shall speak again once our prayers have been offered. Oh my. Oh, welcome in, friend. I'm talking to a fish man. Oh, game, you teleported me. Thank you so much. It truly is a blessing when a game decides to teleport you. Your mic sounds so different now. Yeah.
Of the unknown, we offer up our light in answer.
Hey, I was close to the voice. It doesn't have like the higher pitch part of it, but it was close. Why would you usually done is just do this.
That crystal.
And just like rub my lips together. Oh. I bet it's gonna be like, you showed my friend Brandon to a random stranger? How dare. Truly an invasion of privacy.
Did it belong to one of my friends?
Yeah, maybe. I thought you were always watching. Yeah.
I tried to give you a measure of privacy. No one wants a spirit looking over their shoulder every moment of the day.
I mean, I assume that, but...
So tell me, if you would, how did you come across that crystal?
I killed your friend. Well, I didn't kill your friend, I killed the Sin Eater version. I probably should preface that before saying something stupid like that. It was a really cool thing in Ilmeg.
It was Brandon's then.
That's cool. I like that. That's cool because it could be any four of them, so they made it so that the choice came across. That's nice. I enjoy.
Strange that I should learn such things now, after they're long gone. They were fine friends, every one of them.
Also, chat, if you want to see that quest line, check out the YouTube videos I've been doing, where you can see all the class quests. There we go. Shameless self-promotion done.
I didn't expect death to teach me so much. About them, about Seto, about you, about the hope that hides at the heart of this world. I've never been one for idle chit-chat, but if by some miracle I could see them all again, I doubt I would ever stop talking. I'm grateful I got to bend your ear at least. And just for that, I reckon I'll stick with you.
What's this emote? Yeah, there you go. Shameless promotion. I actually really like my character with white hair. It kind of suits him. And I think the outfit works too. Oh, hello everyone.
It seems we succeeded in gaining their trust.
The delay wasn't exactly welcome, but at least our many hands made light work. And they seemed especially impressed with your contribution. Our hero indeed.
I mean, I am in a master of side quests. Did I ever show you what my character looked like from 1.0, 2.0? I don't know if you did, Mel. It would be cool to see what everyone was... If you've got screenshots of this part, and if anyone has actually got screenshots of this part of the MSQ, I'll be up for showing you on stream. So, if you want to show off a character, like we did kind of like the Heavensward stuff, then go on and show.
Y'shtola was telling us those structures may date back to the age of the Ascians. An Ascian homeland.
Hmm.
Despite his many protestations, I never quite believed Emmett Selk was telling the truth.
Ah, that's cool. You mind me sharing this on stream, Mel? And I'm already in the midst of it, but... I'm here, but not. It's fine, Linkshi. Welcome in for now. There he is. That's what Mel looked like during 1.0 and 2.0. The white hair suits your character too. I quite like it. I guess you were going for more of the Scion look. We'll be back proper in 1 hour. Okie dokie. Mine has been the same throughout, but I think I'm going to use a Fantasia and change my eye colour. That's me and Neil Jordan for my character was the same in 1.0. Oh shit.
But there is no denying the evidence before our eyes. Clearly this was once a great city.
I mean, we got pictures of my character because it was a lizard man. Because I thought that the colour of green was good for my character. I was like, no. This was before you actually had a fashion sense, Flower. And now you kind of have a resemblance of fashion. Kinda. It's there. You're trying at least now.
A home they would see restored, no matter how many tens of thousands of years it takes.
I mean, remember in Heavensward where my character was as a hat? Just wearing a massive green hat during the end of Heavensward.
A dream when you think about it. Even if they manage to rejoin all the worlds, they'll never bring back the ones who were lost. But would I have done any different?
That's the question, isn't it? Was it by Linkshi?
How are you feeling?
I mean, I don't know. How are you feeling, Zigbar? Oh, my hand has 0 polygons. Nah, it's fine. We're good. We've got like X-ray vision.
You have completed your devotions?
Yes. To the honored ancients have we offered up our prayers and our gratitude. You too have our thanks.
Welcome.
Might we trouble thee then to tell us more of the illuminated land of which thou didst lately speak?
To the west of here lies a great trench. Some days ago, a light appeared in that endless darkness.
Supposedly Emmett just, you know, turning on the light for himself.
Curious, we ventured closer and discovered in the depths an entire city.
Ooh, I like that one, Mail. I'll try and get the exact picture of my character there too.
Were akin to our own everlasting abodes. Impossibly so.
Back then in the same room. Oh.
We understood at once. The ancients had risen. There could be no doubt.
I mean, and the word ancient is very similar to the word Ascian, I feel.
Taken with terror, we retreated to the cups, and I decreed that none should enter the trench until such time as we received a sign.
Might it still be possible to reach this city of the ancients?
With no water to drown you, a finless one could now travel there. Yes. I am convinced you are the sign for which we have been waiting. My people will show you the way.
Nice. It's cool again, recontextualization for certain, like, beast tribes in the first. We had it with the kobolds, and now we're having it with the Sahagins. and also the dwarves, but I think they're not beast tribes, they're just Lalafels, but wearing have beards, which I thought was a fantastic idea. I don't know who on the design team thought, let's just make the Lalafels all dwarfs. But good job. Also, I'm assuming there's going to be a plus quest soon, right? The chieftain had bid you guide your step to the illuminated land. Come, the way lies downward. Follow the path of coal and rock and join your comrades below. Down into the depths we go. And whoever came up with Lally Ho needs a raise. Yeah. Speaking of, I can do that now. I don't know if I showed you this on stream, chat, but there you go. Lally Ho. Oh yeah, I've got the a jellyfish that Mail gave me, which I think is very appropriate for this area. I also think there's an aether current down here, so let's be careful, shall we, and watch out for it. You know what this reminds me of? And it might be an unpopular choice, but it reminds me a little bit of Chrono Cross. There's a section in Chrono Cross where you go underwater. It's very far towards the end of the game. It's like the big coal area. That game has a lot of underwater stuff in it and water-based stuff, but spoilers, I guess. But there's a really cool area in that game where you basically go to this giant lake which is frozen in time, and you can walk on the waves and explore the ruined buildings and stuff if they've been destroyed by the waves. It's really fucking cool. That game does not get enough love, and I wish it did. Emmett Selk hath made himself difficult to reach, yet every step we take bringeth us nearer to his stronghold. Let us not linger, lest the exarch suffer for our late arrival. Meeting yonder was fascinating. They live just like us in some ways, but act completely different in others. The way they think, the way they play. I'd love to come back here and learn more about their culture. Culture? Well, it don't last that long. I wonder it will, because we can come here as a map, so. During the time I've spent helping the Yonder, I've been introduced to quite a few of the local varieties of sea life. Although sea monsters is perhaps the most apt turn, probably best to avoid them if you can. If Selk is in that trench, then I have to assume he's not swimming in salt water. I won't want to suddenly find myself at the edge of Bismarck's bubble with no air to breathe. We're on our way at last. It seems far darker down here, but I'll not start at a few shadows. We are moving as a group, yes? All are gathered, yes? And I shall describe the path you must take. Enter the cavern below and follow the dude. Are you fucking kidding me? I am trying to record content here, and you just coming up here and being like, oh no, you can't talk to the Sahagin, you can only talk to me. Fuck off. Right, anyway. As I was saying, enter the cavern below and follow the wall down and down and down. Once at the button, find a passage to the northwest and continue west and west and west. The way is not simple. Keep your friends within shouting distance. Do not stray into the deep. Just before the journey's end, you will find Caliban Gap and a barrier we placed at its mouth. This obstacle will fade after you raise your hand towards it. We have made it so. A most sufficient explanation. We thank you for your guidance. I didn't remember it, so you're gonna have to remember for me, Alphano. Right. Oh, right. Into the depths you go. Okay. Bye, Mr. Guard. I'll give you a lally-ho. Right. I like how fast-paced this area is. I remember the locks, the final part in Stormbloods dragging out a little bit. Bean, what are you doing here on your own? The rocks and coal bunch up at the cavern wall like a staircase of sorts. But be careful, you wouldn't want to slip up here. No, you wouldn't. It's the west. Oh shit, am I gonna have to go over there? Oh no, we're going over there anyway, I think. Really have the minimap zoomed in. I never really use the minimap, to be fair. It's just kind of there so I can position myself correctly. Like, so I know what direction I'm in. but yeah, I kind of do. Hey Fancrid, how's it going, buddy? I waited these bursts of water could carry you clear to the top again. Not that I'm eager to try it. I think I said this during the recording, but it's a very unique final area. Like, Stormblood's one was kind of given. You knew you were going to take Alamigo back. And Heavensward's was also quite unique with Azazlar. I quite like the underwater area for this. I use it quite a lot now I'm thinking about it. Our guide bade us travel to the cavern floor, and thence to the west. Yet 'twould seem these twisting tunnels defy such simple instruction. Rather than rely on direction alone, I suggest we scout with care, and relay the path ahead to those who come behind. Why aren't we travelling as a group? Aren't we like, you know, scions? We all work together? No? Oh, I guess fuck us then. Ah, this is really cool looking. Ishtola hath forged ahead. Shall we continue on our own advance? You know, I bet the background music composers were happy about this area because they could have just been like, yay, we only have to compose one song because it's both day and night down here. Although that's saying that there's not going to be a song when we get over here, so. The rock drops off sharply here, but I think this coral thick enough to serve as a bridge. I mean, we can't fall off, so yeah. Ooh, yeah, that is quite it's slimy. Oh, what a horrible noise. I do not enjoy. Hey Alphino, how's it going? I doubt you're happy being down here. I know how much you don't like water. Ah, Zigbar, you have a choice of two routes from here. You can either take the long way to the south along the rocks, or skip along this coral branch as Alice has done. Either one shall be following my sister's example. Ahem. Well, I'll go the other way then, since you're both going that way. I don't know if how Morbo would feel about this. On the one hand, there's no, like, fish. There's no, like, sharks and stuff, but you are still, like, deep underwater. Well, not underwater in this case, it's deep under... What would it be? It wouldn't be underground, would it? Because we are underneath water, but we're not, like, in water. We are kind of more underwater than you'd actually typically use that word, though. Like, underwater, in water, deep in water. Final Fantasy XIV questioning the definition of water. Yeah, we're not close to that yet. Hey, how'd I say? Under the sea. There you are. Come on, I think I found a tunnel we were looking for. Now, I kind of have an idea as to where we're going because I've seen pictures of what I think is an underwater area, and if it's what I think it is, that's going to be really cool because I thought that was just concept art. I didn't actually think that would be an actual area you can go to, but I've seen like pictures online because it's kind of hard to avoid when you are trying to get thumbnails or stuff, but I assumed it was just like a concept for an area. I didn't actually think it'd be an actual place you could go to. I'm kind of bad of that, to be honest. Here, this must be the Barra de Hondo spoke of. Well, that was rather more arduous than expected. I feel a sudden rush of gratitude for the smooth roads. One of the owners there is a pretty cool one. I don't think so. What the small roads our ancestors cut through the world. I mean, I saw a static image mail, so I don't think it was a spoiler. 'Twas a treacherous path indeed. Now I believe one of us needs but raise a hand to banish this next obstacle. Zigbar, I let you do the honours. It's always fucking me. You don't need to elect someone if it's always going to be the same person. Just be like, do the honours. Not the honours even. Just do it. Just fucking do it, Zigbar. It's what you're paid to do as the Warrior of Darkness. You don't deserve courtesy. Right. Go on, just like that. I suppose we should head in. I gave Veen the Shana voicemail, so that was fun to do. Wow, look how cool this is! Like us not, this tunnel will be just as perilous as the road we walked to get here. Let's all stay aware of our surroundings, shall we? I packed sandwiches for everyone! What type of sandwiches do you think all the Scions would like? Like what would Alphino want in a sandwich? Asking the real questions here. Veen, I don't think I'm gonna be able to talk to you here because I'm getting attacked by an enemy. Can you not? Can you? Oh, okay. Please, just give up. Give. Poor Veen, she deserves better than Shana. Wouldn't it just be quicker to kill it? Well, that's true, but I'm also lazy. Oh, for fine. Oh yeah, by the way, but your lasers is making more work, it is. By the way, I did some stuff on my own. I got my level 80 ability for Reaper. Enshroud, so we're gonna be able to play around with that in the dungeon, which is gonna be quite fun. No, please, please, I just want to talk to Veen. Please, no. Okay, good. That is a very long drop. Perhaps no heroic jumps off the edge, Sigbar. I don't think my heart could take it. No, I won't. Don't worry. Right, time to test out this new ability. Bah, bah, bah! Bah! There we go. So that was what Enshroud does, chat. It turns me into a void center to just vex shit. Nay, I'd not want the chance to leap. Hugging a northern wall on your way down seems the wiser proposition. Yeah. The music here is very calm, which I quite like. I'm assuming it's going to change when we get to the Illuminated City. It's going to be different. I think As of La did kind of the same thing. Like when you got to the main area, it was like a little darker in tone, but... Oh, Young Jay, I'm not talking to you. I'm not. For fuck's sake, I'm sorry, but I'm not doing this. They're all getting aggroed on me. Oh! You might be wondering why am I not fighting them? Time. I want to speed, not necessarily speed one, but get to here in a foreseeable future so I can finish this game in 3 hours. Do you think that the long play person got flavor text? I doubt it, so that's why I'm trying to avoid confrontation. And again, the long play person didn't skip the credits, so what was it? Oh, okay. That's really cool. It's like Midgar.
When the Ondo spoke of a city, I did not think they meant an actual city.
Yeah. Okay, so I have seen this before, Mel. I saw like a static image of this, but I haven't... I didn't think it was this big.
Then we are seeing the same view.
Yeah. Wait, what?
The remnants in the Ondo settlement were
Oh.
solid material structures. But these... Everything here pulses with ether. 'Tis an enchantment on a monumental scale.
So it's basically like... Ishtola can basically see it because it's so enchanted with ether that it's basically like visible. To her sight anyway. Wow. That's so cool. Okay, Final Fantasy XIV, okay. So, this is what I've been leading up to, I see. Oh, you can fucking go here? Okay. It is Aether. It's just made out of Aether. Okay, hold on. Okay. We're gonna say goodbye to the jellyfish, so say goodbye everyone, chat, because it's not staying here anymore. What? Oh, there we go. I was like, bar. Getting a cool picture. I can't believe you can literally like come here. This is so cool looking. Someone made magical Bioshock Rapture down here. It's like Bioshock, but if it was Midgar and it was underwater. And it has a little bit of, I know you don't like this, but it reminds me a little bit of a place in Kingdom Hearts 2. It's called like the world that was forgotten, and it looks like that, like the mood color palette. Let me get a picture up so I can show you, and I'll do like a side by side. Oh no, the world that never was, that's what it is. Or can we get like a background city? Game? I want to get like a good like landscape shot of it. Well, that's just okay. Never mind. But that's what it looks like anyway. It reminds me of that quite a bit. Zigbar, do you notice the star of the architecture? There's the same use of remnants at the cusp and the more painted towers. Look closely. Amaurot has not simply reclaimed these ruins, he has laid the semblance of an entire city upon them. Gods, the magnitude of his artifice is staggering. Though it pains me to admit, we do not fully understand the feats of which an old-world Ascian is capable. I mean, we fought La Brea, and he's an old-world Ascian, right? We have found a destination, but how to descend into the city itself? I don't know. It's big, I'll grant you, but cluttered city streets are far more conducive to infiltration than wide open spaces. This will work to our advantage, trust me. You'd think all those tall dark buildings would be frightening, but for some reason they just make me feel sad. One cannot blame Leondo for fleeing the spectacle of these broad, brooding edifices. We, however, have not the luxury of fear. This was always down here, I want to point out. Like, this entire structure was underground the entire time that we've been down here. That's insane. Emmett Selk holds the exile captive somewhere within that vast city. Yet even if we must search every alleyway, we will find them. Also, you can see the everlasting light above us, so you can see the like the ripple effects. So I think it is actually working like above us, so that's kind of cool. I thought you wouldn't be able to see it down here, but you can. At the end of a world, Alice is steeling herself for the task ahead. It's intimidating, yes, but we have to start somewhere. Why don't we have a closer look at the tower to the southeast? We might be able to reach it from the edge of the trench. Okay. It's like a modern city, isn't it? Is that what the revelation's going to be? That like the Ascians are like have our modern technology like phones, electricity, or in a sense like it's made out of Aether? God. Look how far back it goes. You can see like it goes like even further back than you would actually think it does. Wow. Okay. I am also worried that we haven't got any plus quests yet. Oh! Game. How very sneaky of you. That Aetheryte wasn't there before. It was only this one. So, Emmett mentioned at some point about a city. He mentioned that he used to live in a city. I forgot what he called it. It was when we were fixing the ladder. But yeah, it sounded. This might be that city he was talking about. Yeah, there it is. It's Amaurot. Yeah, it is Amaurot. That's so cool looking. I can't believe this fucking game. I like FFXIV a lot, but this might take the cake for one of the coolest looking areas in the game. This comes out of nowhere too. It's like, okay, here you go. Here's a massive city underwater. Like, FFXIV had spectacle, but you did not expect, like, I don't know, something that massive in the sky. And we kind of knew what we were getting into with Stormblood, but in this case, it's so out of the blue, it's amazing. Look at the size of those doors. Now I know how pixies must feel. That's a big door. Yeah, it is. Zigbar Ivor is recognized. Welcome to the city of Amaurot. Will you be riding the lift? I knew we were here. Did the building just welcome you? I guess Emmett did want us to see him at some point. Mayhap it is not so passing strange. Did Emmett Selk not invite Zigbar to visit his abode? 'Tis plain their fight coming was expected. And where will this lift be taking us? The lift services every level of Aqua Heights, but is presently configured to convey passengers directly to the ground floor. Well, there you have it. In the absence of some 100 yards of rope, we have little choice but to accept the offer. While emphasis on the we, I'm not about to let you walk into that place alone. Is this a duty? I wish to ride the lift. Ground floor now. As you wished, the lift will arrive shortly. It might be. Or not. I don't know when the duty is. It might be the final quest. I like the fact that the game isn't like making a big deal out of the background too. A lot of games would be like, look how cool this looks. Have a look at it for a few seconds. We've got a really cool looking area. Fucking Fortnite advert. Why do you keep getting them? Why is Twitch suggesting Fortnite ads for you, for me? What are you saying, Twitch? Next stop, ground floor. Facilities include the borough of the administrator, the borough of the architect, and the capital. Administrator and the architect. I wonder if that's like Ledibus and Emmett Selk. Oh. This is really cool. If mine eyes do not deceive, we stand in some manner of communal square. Just a moment, I thought I saw something. I can't believe how tall everything is. You should see like Oldar or something. Seems peaceful enough. He said, tempting fate. Each of these towers seem a veritable city in itself. Even a Gigas would feel inadequate in such surroundings. Yeah, I think they're kind of suggesting that our civilization, like giant skyscrapers, is what the world used to be, like as the source. And then we kind of went back into like a fantasy setting. It's only at this distance that you start to realise just how big the buildings truly are. What did the voice call the city? Amaurot? I'm saying that right, aren't I, chat? I assume so. Look, over there! Oops. Is that a person? Ah, no, my mistake. That's a giant. Doesn't seem to have noticed us yet. That's how I pronounce it too. Giant or no, resident of this place may have much and more to tell us. I say we make the first move. I have a feeling that might be an enemy. Alpha, you just can't, Oh. I don't know if that's a friendly person, Alpha. No, I think that might be a ghost or something. Pray excuse my boldness, but might I ask you a few questions? Wait. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Oh, what adorable costumes! Are you children on an excursion? This district has much to teach you. How odd! That sounds like no language I've ever heard. Yeah, I understood every word. Just as he understood us. It's like, with the dragons, they can, like, read our mind, I guess. Ahem. And which district is this exactly? You must be lost, poor things. You stand in the Polyerite district, wherein lies the institutions most vital to the management of our star. Can he tell us where to find Emmett Selk? Can he tell us who rules the city? Yeah, Emmett Selk sounds more viable. Even though that wasn't his name beforehand, was it? It was something else. Ah, I see. You've come to marvel at the workings of the Convocation of 14. Hardly surprising, I suppose. The whole world holds its breath as the final day draws near, and our brightest minds race to implement their plans. Final days? That doesn't sound good. Oh! First, you must understand that gaining an audience at this time will be next to impossible. Is this how Alphino feels whenever he talks to me? You should hurry home now, before your families begin to worry. Do you need me to walk you back? No, thank you. We'll be fine. Very well. Take care, little ones. So they know we're here. Are they, like, actually alive? Or are they like what Ardbert is, where he's a ghost? Ghost of a past? Because they're definitely worshippers of Zodiac. Because they're wearing the black cloaks like the Asians do. What is that all about? To my eyes, these people appear as arcane entities. I suspect Emekal wove them from Aether, much as he reconstructed the rest of the city. The final days. Yeah. That doesn't sound ominous at all. I mean, he did just completely vanish. Such words well befit the oblivion described to us by our Asian foe. A catastrophe of unprecedented scale, which has set in motion the summoning of Zodiac, and thence Hydaelyn herself. But that happened centuries and centuries ago, didn't it? That man spoke as if they were rushing to avert disaster here and now. Echoes of the past. Unless, for these people, the distant past is the here and now. I believe thou hast the right of it, Master Alphino. This ethereal Amaurot and its residents appear to be phantoms of a different age. Emmett Selk have resurrected a memory, a moment in time from before the star was sundered. So we find ourselves in a long-destroyed city, inhabited by the long-departed. An unusual situation, to be sure, but at least we're able to parley with these ancients. In fact, they seem downright eager to chat. I say we use this to our advantage. Split up, strike up some conversations, and see if we can't learn the location of our quarry. And while we're at it wouldn't hurt to wheedle out a few more details regarding this Convocation of 14 and their impending disaster. That sounds like a good plan, Fangood. To mingling then. Let's be back here when our jaws start aching. My jaw's already aching with the lack of voice acting. And I plan on playing Final Fantasy 9 after this. That was my plan after I finished Endwalker and record that. I was gonna go back to some of the older Final Fantasies and do like an MSQ series like with this. Alright, well let's do the old Explore, shall we? I keep forgetting I'm streaming and I'm not recording, so I can't just like stop talking so I can just cut that part out. But I hope you're having fun, chat, because it's a really cool looking area. Hello, how's it going? Just ignored me. Are you a person who I can talk to? Well, hello there. I'll give you a gleeful lally-hee. Lally-ho, I mean. Good gracious, child. Where is your family? You should not be alone at a time like this. Run along home, quickly now. Have you not heard? Though yet confined to the lands across the seas, a terrible phenomenon afflicts our star. They are calling it the final days. 'Tis said it starts suddenly, a cacophonous keening from beneath the earth. The sound distorts all living things within earshot, and wrests from us control of our creation magics. Once that happens, all is lost. Fear, pain, despair, every yet impulse is siphoned from our mind and given substance, an eternal fall of fiery rain, and incessant spawning of nightmarish beasts. None can point to the source of the phenomenon. That the star itself has fallen ill, as if a force inimical of life now festers and spreads. 'Tis only a matter of time until Amaurot too resounds the discordant squall. You should stay with your loved ones, child. Stay with them. It sounds kind of bad, this whole final days thing. I don't know about you, chat, but I don't like the sound of it. There's some enemies here evil, which is kind of weird. It's quite nice, not running into like 50,000 enemies at once, but... Ooh, big door. Oh. Hello. An audience of FFXIV. I'm afraid you have the wrong office, little one. And besides, we will be far too busy to field the questions of curious children. Surely you have told of the looming catastrophe. Every resource available to the convocation must be spent upon ensuring our world survives about that. They have yet to make an official announcement, but it is said the 14 are moving forward with a plan of scarce credible proportions, one which promises to grant will to the very star itself. They will invoke our mightiest spells of creation, the birth and entity of all-encompassing magnificence, and then we will rewrite the laws of existence. 'Tis a huge undertaking, and it must be completed ere the corruption spreads this far. Thus I say to you again, do not hold out hope for an audience. Oh, bye. So yeah, they try and summon Zodiac, who they believe will save them, but it ends up causing a big battle between him and Zodiac, between Hydaelyn and Zodiac, and Hydaelyn wins. Is that a good thing? I don't know. We don't know the full story behind Zodiac and how it turned out, but so far Hydaelyn has kept us and tried to stop us from has tried to allow us to stop the rejoining and working against the Assyrians. It's certainly interesting. Why am I just walking? You consider the implication of this calamity. Scholars, they'll find a solution. You kind of gotta feel bad for them, honestly. Like they wanted to have this. They basically got this utopia, basically, and they lost it because of this, because of Hydaelyn and that summoning of the final days. 'Twould seem the hall is host to our most precocious visitor this day. And what, pray tell, shall the subject of our discussion be, young one? I don't know. Ah, the convocation and their handling of the coming peril. 'Tis only natural that you should have questions. Shall we begin with the members themselves? As all know, the 14 old warriors are the most puissant among us. They are the stewards of order, responsible for decisions to keep the star turning season after season. Be it the speaker, Laubrea, okay, there we go, or the emissary, Aledibus, each seat is occupied by an elected sage of surpassing intellect. Logrif, Mitron, Emitselk, their individual titles have as a gesture of respect, and a matter of tradition, become synonymous with their incumbents. Oh, big follow! Big follow, bad, please! Please follow me and become game. No. Thus it is with great incredulity that I grant this recent rumour that a seat in the convocation is soon to be left vacant. If proven true, it would be an unprecedented development and testament to the immense pressures under which our saviours are toiling. In any event, I for one am confident they will deliver our star into salvation. They had a lot of faith on the 14 then, I guess. This is quite giving us evidence for. Oh, am I done with Ava Currents? I am. Okay, we still got like 3 side quests. I don't know how they're gonna do that, but yeah. There's 3+ quests all in one area at once. Yeah. Hey, Fanquid. Oh, hey, Alphino, in fact. Oh, that was an experience. I was never very fond of being treated like a child, but it does make asking questions less suspicious. Sigbar, if I was not really certain before than I am now, the people of this city believe they face the end of the world. I cannot imagine what purpose compelled Emitselk to recreate this ancient Amaurot, and yet I fancy I hear his words to echo to us, echoing through this ocean trench. He would have his story known. 2 quests, chat. Oh shit, Avacurn, okay. We can compare notes once the others return. Hopefully then our... Oh, I just see a plus quest here. Hopefully then our next move will become clear. What is that, Dink? Yeah, I think. No! 'Twould seem our conversations are much alike. A looming disaster, creation magics running rampant, and this... Hold on. Was I getting a call? No. Creation magics running rampant, and this convocation's efforts to bring salvation out of chaos. I suppose there was talks of little else in the time when these events came to pass. Oyonge, if I may, what are your thoughts on the ancient's art of creation? A fascinating discipline indeed. All that the mind can conceive may be rendered a reality. All that is required is a clear concept upon which to focus one's will. 'Tis not dissimilar to the primal's rite taught by the Ascians, wherein ritual ceremony breathe in life into figments of myth and legend. I say we provided the same conclusion then. The people who lived in the age before the Sundering were blessed with vast reserves of mana. No matter how draining these creation magics must be, it seems they paid the cost of not more than a fraction of the aether which coursed through their own bodies. Oh, so they were like supercharged then, I guess. If we were to attempt the same, such spells would soon deplete our energies, and then seek to draw the balance from elsewhere, from a hoard of crystals mayhap, or from the very land itself. Thus, when this art of creation was placed into our hands, it became, in effect, a means for destruction. An interesting matter which no doubt bears further study, but despite all these revelations, I worry we are no closer to finding Emitselk. Has anyone learned aught which might lead us to his location? Not directly, mayhap, but from what we've learned, it seems the convocation of 14 is sequestered in the nearby Capitol building. When we went to see for ourselves, the intendant wouldn't let us through without a writ of permission. We tried our luck at the borough of the administrator, where we thought these permissions might be issued, but the clerk there said he couldn't help us since our names didn't appear in the registry. And that's just where we gave up. I wonder, though, Zigbar, could you be eligible for one of these rights? The voice in the list seemed to know who you were. It might be that your name is registered at the bureau as well. Worth a look, I'd say. Meanwhile, I'll head back to the capital and search for a less official point of entry just in case. Pray allow me to accompany thee on fire reconnaissance. An arcane perspective may prove needful. I think I'd like to speak with more of these ancients. Maybe they know something that could help cure Zigbar's condition. Would you mind coming with me? Oh. Best buds. Of course I don't mind, just lead the way. I think they're around the same age, right? Alphino's going with Mummy, good. Then Ishtola and I will busy ourselves with further exploration. There is surely more intelligence to be had. And so we part ways once more. This time, however, let us reconvene in front of the capital. Capital, not capital. Capital. Alright, well, I'll get on that, but before that, I'm gonna quickly, grab this plus quest and do this. Oh, there's 2 of them. Oh no, there's not 2 of them, there's fucking 3 of them. Nice! Yeah! Okay, I'm not gonna be talking for these. I'm just gonna read them because I've done quite a bit. I'm gonna rest my voice a little bit while I listen. Oh, I just read it myself. He wants me to wear a robe. I don't want to, but I guess we have to for this quest. Also, was that an Aether Current? Yeah, it was. They all might be Aether Currents, to be honest. Because the final quest might not have an Aether Current in it. I don't know, though. So I'm going to do them all. Oh, cutscene. Hello. Very tall. I would like a robe, please. I don't want to wear it. I'll use it as a blanket. Failed experiment. So they can create stuff using their mind, but if they get any form of distraction, that can drastically change it. Is that how griffins exist? Is that why we have griffins? Because he saw an eagle fly down? It might be, actually. And I can't do that because I don't have the Aether capabilities that you guys do, but I'll give it my best shot. Again, there's a plus quest over here, so I'm gonna do that too. Hello. Yeah, there's no like normal quests, they're all plus quests, which is interesting. Oh, it's like a debate area, that's cool. Just getting some of that juicy lore from these plus quests, as you usually do, which is why I tend to do them on stream or on recording. Okay, he wants me to do a friendly battle of wits with someone outside here, so let's get on it, shall we? I'll use the smarts in Zigbar's head to perform like some sort of like, I don't know, wit battle. I don't know if you can do the Zigbar, but we'll give it a best shot. Hello. Oh. Well, we should try again. Hi. I want to talk to you. I want to have a battle of wits. Ma, you are a stubborn little bugger, aren't you? Fucking like celestial beings with capabilities to create their own stuff, and he just calls us a little bugger. Good. Bye. So wait, we got him a debating buddy. I thought we were going to be his debating buddy. We just get roped out of it? Oh. I wanted to debate like ancient law stuff with this person. Oh, here we go. It's debate time. I will watch you both debate. Recent calamity. They're debating about whether they should help a nation on the other side of the world due to a calamity. I mean, they both got their sides, but I would say help them anyway because that's the good thing to do. What is your opinion on the matter? I think we cannot save everyone. Sometimes it is all we can do to save ourselves. Wisdom is indolence. There you go, that's it. That's what I want to say. Zigbar, he's morally grey, but in these situations he isn't. And then they debated on for hours. I think Oryongje would like these people because he also likes to debate and give lectures. He would enjoy the debacle that would ensue, probably. That was cool, I enjoyed it. That's the word I would use. Definitely wasn't just doing that to get a plus quest or anything. Alright, next one then. Gonna get my cloak, and then we're gonna do the final plus quest. There's a difference between giving a lecture and lecturing people. That's true. I still think Oryongje would also enjoy. He does lecture people, and he shouts at people too when he's annoyed. He's like, "You stay out of this, you," and he also keeps secrets a lot. Honestly, I think Oryongje would be a 5 in the original world. Maybe less of our other characters because they're all very spiteful would be the word. Not spiteful. What is the word I'm looking for? Peppy. Peppy, please. We could create flowers. You'd think that people with all these like powers and abilities would create something a little bit less, not mundane, but a little bit something more creative and diverse. There'll be more colors than just kind of the blue, yellow, and purple. I've had pork schnitzel today. Was good. Enjoy. Do you understand, little one? Kinda. How goes Snapbringing? I'm currently enjoying some plus quests because the game decided to throw them all at me at once. I'm not reading them because there's too much dialogue. Right, can I get my robe, please? You promised me a robe. Oh, can you even see me right now? I literally don't think I'm making eye contact. I think I'm literally like beneath the desk. There we go. Yeah. That's it, Mel. Oh, interesting. Okay, I can put purpose and energy in there to create my own robes, I guess. Hello. You have to kneel down to see me. I guess they have to register any new creations they create because otherwise it'll just go into chaos. Like, Emmett described his society as being perfect, no war, no conflict. So I guess they were very organised. Yeah, I can't imagine a Lalafell being in here. They would be so small. Tiny, tiny Lalafell. Like, I'm one of the taller races, mind you. I think my character is is like maybe the third tallest in the game outside of Rogadon and the beast ones. I forgot what they're called. Oh, I'm not done here. Hold on. Hello. Is it a Moogle? Is he gonna create a Moogle? And this is where they come from? That'd be amazing if it was. Oh, we gotta go all the way over there. Okay, let me do this one first. A lot of people are logging in, I see. Very cool. Oh, we gotta fight something, okay. Bring up a Simon for this then. What do you mean invalid target? Oh. It wasn't a rope, it was the other thing. Oh shit! Bad slimes! Dragon Quest 11 slimes! This is not good! It's slime time! This is not my definition of fun, this is my definition of like a hell! Alright, we're done. Oh, no, we're not. Okay, now we're done. Oh, there's someone else here. I think they were also trying to summon it, maybe. Maybe they were helping me, I don't know. But yeah, your slime guys are not good, they try to kill me. I mean, they tried to kill me. Okay, I'm here for reals. Welcome in, Linkshi. You caught me talking to some very tall gentlemen. Okay, one more side quest to do, and then we'll be on to the main story. At least one more side quest for the I felt so small here. Yeah, I feel bad for Mail or like Logicoma. They were tiny, like smaller than us. Anyway, okay, I'm gonna get this Aethernet before I go any further though. Then I'll head over here and do this. That was a big sneeze. I don't know why I'm not to say ill, but I got like a clogged nose today. I don't know why. It's not like affecting my voice too much, but it is annoying. Because I went out shopping this morning to get some bits and bobs, but like I haven't really like. I don't have hay fever. I don't usually get hay fever, so I don't know what's happening to me. It could be storms, but I don't usually get hay fever, so it's weird. Yeah, it's. I'm not ill or anything. I haven't got a headache. It's just the nose. Who knows? Oh. I'm looking forward to being able to fly in this area. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh, there are enemies down here. What the fuck? Why? Why would there be enemies in their fair city? Don't kill it, Persimmon. Don't kill it, okay? Just let it live. Shit. Persimmon, don't kill it. Okay. That was very close. We got it though. Oh god, look at me. This is fine. Everything is fine here. Now I make the slow trek back to the actual quest. I mean, I guess they couldn't not put enemies here, but I don't know, it's kind of a nice area just to walk around in and check it out. I mean, look at all these dead trees. I mean, you gotta remember this would have been underwater before, so I doubt a lot of the actual like nature would have survived down here. Hard to think of conversation topics while you're just walking in a deserted city, basically. I assume I'm getting close to the duty or the fucking hell, I need to be right on it. I think so. I think that was successful. Here you go. Oh, well, never mind. I guess I won't have my own robes. That's fine. I don't want to change my glamour anyway. I look normal. Right, Persimmon, it's time for you to go. You served me well in the coming battles, but now I'm just going to make my own way forward. I definitely like this a lot more than Stormblood's ending, because it just kind of felt like they were putting in a lot of stuff for the sake of stuff being there. While with this, it feels more... they actually spent the time to think, okay, how should this go out? How should we allow this to end? Because I like the actual Alamegan Castle stuff and Zelos, but Not too big a fan of the Fortuner stuff, and the whole like wolf part, the Lupin part. I don't know why it was in there. It felt so unnecessary for the pacing. It just completely like stopped the pacing basically for it just to be there. With this though, it makes sense because we're in a mysterious place. I don't feel the urgency to like fight a big battle right now. I'm sure I will soon, but not right now. And in Heavensward, it was also kind of a problem because you kind of knew in As a Fly you were just going from place to place, teleporter to teleporter, just to do plus quest 2, and it was kind of annoying. A visitor's writ? Yes, I can assist you. Full name, please. Digbar Ivorus. Please wait near the counter while I confirm your details. Okay. The counter is taller than I am, unfortunately, which makes me sad. Digbar Ivorus, your application is ready for collection. As your identity was approved by Emmett Selk himself, further forms of identification will not be required. Here is your application document. Submit them at the Borough of the Secretary. Lots of new very shy people in our housing ward. Oh yeah! We'll issue you a visitor's writ for the capital. Capital, not capital. You see what they're doing, chat? They're making us explore this entire area before we go over here to the actual main capital. I think we're getting close. I think the next quest is literally going to be called Shadowbringers, so I do be excited for the end of this game. You know, I never try and cut it close, but we are generally cutting it a little bit close here. God damn it, Shadowbringers! You keep doing this. You keep being like, oh no, we're gonna make it so that your final stream is going to be longer than 3 hours. It's kind of my own fault for doing the plus quest, but also like I kind of need to do them though, because otherwise we're not going to make progress and we won't be able to fly. Why? I'm just like traveling through like these big, empty, big areas. Well, luckily I hope we'll be able to fly soon, so it won't feel as slow. I hope you're doing good, chat. I hope you're enjoying traversal through city right now. Being small is not good. Now I know how Lalafell feels. Oh, hello everyone. Next, please. I have a visitor's writ application. Living in the city, just like Sonic indeed. Visiting the capital, are we? Pray take a seat. Your name will be called once your application has been processed. Yeah, sure, just sit down in these big marble chairs. Actually gonna sit down, Zigbar? Oh, you are? I think. Look how small we are. We're tiny. Ah! Ah! Oh no, that's not good. Can I not like become like light warden now, please? You, I think, are from a time beyond ours. Have you followed in the wake of Emmett Selk? Nay, there is no cause for alarm. I am simply a shade, here and not here. I am only known. My name is Hyphlodeus, and that this city is a recreation, a phantom moment plucked from the well of history. What? You know? Oh shit! You're like one of the 14? These others seem unaware of their pale existence, but I wonder if Emmett Selk's mind was distracted when it came to my reconstitution. A straight thought would have been enough. Hyphlodeus will realise the truth, for example. We were close friends once, you see. Yet in spite of my perception, I play the same role as all the rest. A bit part, meant to bring colour and noise to this well-crafted stage. Too much scrutiny, and we shall burst like the fragile bubbles we are. Thus I tell you again, my presence is not to concern you. I wish only to share your company whilst we wait. For what? The final day? The final days, anyway. If you come this far, then you know the catastrophe which awaits us on our morrow. The final days. What began as an isolated incident soon swelled into a world-spanning threat. The Convocation of 14, well, it was 13 at the time, endeavoured to create a will for our star. They would repair the fundamental laws of order and halt the spread of destruction. But creation on such a scale required an immense source of power. Of those of us who still lived, nearly half offered up their lives in the name of salvation. Oh. Look at my face, like, what? And from their sacrifice, Zodiac was born. Just as we had hoped, he reached forth and halted the march of oblivion. Yet, oh how the star had suffered. So many species lost. The land was blighted, the waters poisoned, and even the wind had ceased to blow. Once more did our people give off themselves to Zodiac. Another half of our race sacrificed to cleanse the world, to ensure that trees and grasses and myriad tiny lives would sprout and grow and flourish. The cycle of life had begun anew, and we considered the means by which we might protect it. The Convocation first decided thus: we would nurture our world until it was bursting with vitality. Then, when the time was right, we would offer some portion of its living energy to Zodiac. In return, he would restore us to those brethren whose souls had fed his strength, and together we would resume our roles as stewards. Oh. There were, however, those who disagreed with this plan. They argued that nothing would sacrifice the Zodiac, that this new world should belong to the lives newly born. These dissidents surrendered their life energies in the creation of Hydaelyn, an incarnation of their opposing belief, and for the first time in history our people stood divided. Know you then how this conflict ended? Yeah, Hydaelyn won, right? I thought he might. Big lore time. Big dump. Big dumpy. There he is. Emmett Selk has ever been a champion for the will of Zodiac. The original plan may have set back by millennia, but he will not abandon his course. He will pay the price for our return by whatever means is necessary. And though he may carry himself with a certain glib ease, Emmett Selk is not a man to bear his burdens lightly. In fact, I imagine they have only grown heavier with every passing century. Kind of know this, right? This isn't his actual form, this is his Garlean form, so I wonder what he actually looks like then. Like one of these, I assume. 'Tis truly a terrible weight he has chosen to carry. Maybe it's time to give up? I mean, he's tried so hard, but he's sacrificing so much to save a world that doesn't exist anymore. Goodbye, Ivorus. That's me! But everyone else is gone. Oh. It seems your turn has come. Pray do not let me keep you. Bye, Mr. Cloakman. Your insight was very good and important, and I appreciate it. So he was a friend of, I guess, Emmett. And there was one last thing. You walk with another at your side, yes? Yeah, Ardbert. Oh, do you see him? Nah, I see no definite form. just the faintest suggestion of a second soul. I doubt it visible to anyone but me. Otherwise, I assume only you can see and hear this ethereal companion. Oh shit! What are you laughing about? Your connection is hardly a coincidence. In our time, the two of you were one. The colour of your souls tells the tale. A who that distinctive cannot be mistaken, no matter how thin the soul is spread. Ha! This is just the kind of fate that you would expect from one such as he. Surely Emmett Salk has recognised the hint of him in you. The original Warrior of Light, like before the source. Yeah, sorry, I'll come over in a sec. Fare you well, my new old friend. May you find what it is you seek. That's a cool a way of saying it. And he used to know us, I guess. Maybe we're one of the 14. One of the people who brought back Zodiac. Or was a key part of the actual stuff there. Your visitor's writ has requested. When you wish to gain admittance to the capital, simply present the documents to the attendant within. Okay. I'd like to point out, if you guys are doing roulettes, I don't know if the duty is coming up soon, but it might be. I don't know if I'm going to do it as a trust, but we'll see. I'll just put that out there for you guys. I'm sure, I don't know how long until the next duty, but I assume it's coming up soon, so. Wait, I'm going the wrong way. I mean, I'm going the wrong way because this area is massive. Oh yeah, I was going to play some music here, wasn't I? Hold on. Hey everyone. Oh. Zigbar. Ishtala and I have just returned from the institution the locals call the Academia and Anidare. Well, from its public offices at least. We thought an Asian place of learning the ideal spot to research your condition, but it seems we lack the credentials to enter the Academia proper. Ah, good, you're here. Everyone seems to be present and accounted for. Master Fankard can best describe our chances for infiltrating the capital. I only hope fine efforts to secure permissions are successful. Finally, you were gone so long. I was on the verge of mounting a rescue party. How fared you in your bureaucratic ventures? I got this. If this is right. Shit. Voice acting? No. I see my instincts were correct. And a good thing too. A young Joe and I weighed our chances of breaking into the capital, and an official entrance is by far the most attractive option. The capital boasts if not a single armed sentry. 'Twould seem that in their time they did not deem it needful to post guards. The windows and doors, however, appear heavily warded, though mightily did we strive, with strength mundane and magical, we failed to budge them even a fraction of one ilm. Mayhap 'twas simply the case that Emmett Salk's recreation did not extend to their usual function. We didn't try everything, of course. We thought it best to conserve our time and energy for more pressing matters. Speaking of which, why didn't I try to ask about a cure for you? Problem is, these ancients didn't exist beyond Amaurot today. They will happily tell their own tales. Whenever we attempt to explain our situation, the conversation quickly became muddled. I expect they can't. They'll just fade away if they try and talk about that. What of you, Zigbar? Was aught worthy of interest said during your efforts to obtain a wit? Yeah, I talked to someone who knew Emmett. That was cool. We talked to like his ghost friend. A great sacrifice of life in exchange for their brethren's resurrection. And you say all of the Ascian scheming has been leading to this? Yes. All this time, but if they still mean to enact this plan, then things won't end with the rejoining. Aye, I thought we knew their intentions in full, restore the world to its former glory, and in turn empower Zodiac to reclaim his throne as the will of the star. Yet there was merely a step along the path. I hesitate to put it into words, but we have to assume the following of the final rejoining does Ascians mean to draw on the lives of the source to make their sacrifice to Zodiac. So even we will be able to survive. That does seem the most likely scenario. Mayhap those who ally with the Ascians will be spared that fate. But what value is there in surviving when all history, all our struggles will be erased? I cannot conscious such an act. Of course not, and that's to say nor of what Amaurot plans for the Exarch's power. Do we stand by and let him threaten our future as well as our past? I say no. We need to find him, Zigbar, and when we do, make your mark, change the course of history in a way that's felt by those who came before and those who come after, by everyone you've met. Change things so that even my other self, dying somewhere in that future calamity, will smile and said, I knew you would win. Sounds like a plan. Assuming I don't become a Light Warden before then. Is fighting Amaurot the only way? He created an entire city. It will take everything we have to defeat him, if we even could. And if you push that hard in your current state, the light will break free. The decision to press on lies of you, just the lives of each and every one of us. Well, I guess it's time to complete and continue forward. We can now fly, I think. Yes, we can. Very good. And I think this is it. Yep. Oh, shit. It's time for Shadowbringers. Okay, right. Alf knows Austin's thought, his eyes downcast, though however no sign of the self-doubt which once assailed him at the falling snows. Ishtola meets your gaze with a strange smile. You seem to recall her wearing the self-same expression when speaking with Lys and Vunar. Though young Jay glances your way, his expression hesitant, you can see the struggle of it as he agonizes over the word he wishes to say. Wishes to say? Over the words he wishes to say. Okay, well, I've said words. Banker stares quietly into the distance. He seems calm and assured, his easy stance born of confidence rather than false bravado. Queen appears to be brooding over her choices, her fate-trembling hands betraying her mounting trepidation. Well, it's time for us to end this. Let's do it, shall we? Alistair appears to have made a decision. Level 80, Shadowbringers, the final quest. Do you remember that talk we had atop the tower in Mordsuck? I'm still of the same mind now as I was then. I don't abandon you, and you don't abandon me, and together we make a difference in this fight. There's always hope if we can look for it. I saw it again and again as you tore those veils of light from the sky. If we keep taking that next step forward, there's a chance we'll find a way to save you. So no matter how long it takes, or how much it hurts, you can count on me to keep on walking. Indeed. Oh, we're going to talk to all of them? Oh, that's cool. Before we spoke of the disaster he would bring upon our heads, the ceaseless conflict. Imagine how you would sneer to see what's become of the first, not to mention your perilous predicament. And yet who can deny the fire you deeds have ignited in his people's hearts? You achieve what my logic and ideals never could, uniting disparate people under the banner of hope and common purpose. Without you, the great palace would never have raised its head. I have borne witness to many such miracles at your side, and will do so again. This is but another obstacle in the road. So come, let us travel it. Drag me through wonder and danger, as you wont to do, and I shall endeavour not to slow you down. This is cool. I like this. As well thou knowest, if we are to usher Emmett Selk unto his rest, we must needs bind his Ascian soul, and then shatter it with overwhelming force. The former task requireth oversight, and such have I prepared, upon the exarch's asking no less though, 'twas ever mine intent to provide some said boon. The future whence our noble friend doth hail is a world fallen to Ascian artifice, and he would not see such grim history repeated. In a sense, Emmett's self-destruction will be the culmination of the Exarch's efforts, a reward for all he hath endured these many years. Yet even as thou strideth into the jaws of peril, forget not but that his fondest wish, and that of many others besides, is to see thee survive unto the morrow. 'Tis in pursuit of that happiest of outcomes that I do pledge to remain at thy side. Indeed. Our time in the First has ever been an ever-ending succession of trials, as arduous as our path in the Source ever was. Yet through all our journeys together, through that deep and foreboding wood, you have helped me to stay true to my convictions. Thus will I return the favour, do as your heart decrees, without hesitation or regret, and that is all I will say on the matter. Well, this has put everyone in a solemn mood, hasn't it? Honestly, we're not even sure this will be the end of it. But I suppose we should speak our minds when we have the opportunity. You taught me that much in Amaurot. So forgive me this moment of sentiment, Digbar, by dragging me into the sorry mess you have given me the chance to think and act as I should, for Reen's sake. Words cannot express how much this has changed my life, or how grateful I am for your support. So I shall express my gratitude through action, instead. No matter where you decide to go, I will be there, guarding your back. Finally. Cutscene of Reen. And Ophelia entrusted me of her power. You warned me that no matter how strong you become, you can still fall victim to despair. You can still feel powerless. And she was right. After you collapsed on Mount Gold, my hand couldn't stop shaking. If I made a mistake, if I failed to bind the light without you, I was terrified you would die. Even now you could be moments of turning, and I wouldn't know how to save you. You, Thancred, the others, you've all been there when I needed your help. When Philia surrendered her life to me, her legacy. I should be ready to do the same for you, and I want to, I do, but I'm not good enough. That's a lie. You told me to follow your example, and I've tried. I've really tried. No, it's not your fault. And you shouldn't hang your head. I'm not asking to be saved. No, I'm not asking. Exactly, I'm not asking to be saved. But the light, how can you go on? Because I guess we'll save our world, not only our world, but this world too. Because of the warrior of light / darkness. Hit the thumbs up, Dick, I'll do it. Fate can be caught with a smile. Oh! No! You can't just pull that out of here out of nowhere. What the fuck? Wait. I mean, I have to say it. You can't just bring that out and then not. Holy shit. I'm not sure Actually, never mind. I think I understand better if I try it for myself. Smile better suits a hero. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, do you? Is that what the second one was? No, nothing will come of brooding here in self-pity. I have made my decision, Zigbar. I'm coming with you. Right. Oh, here we go. I think this is it.